What's up, YouTube? Wanted to go over the predictions list last week, kind of see how I did. So I'm going to go through it pretty quick. I don't want this to be a real long video, so we're going to start off with Tennessee, Alabama. Tennessee, Alabama, we said it was going to be 41-9, ended up being 45-7, so it was pretty close on that. I even said that I thought Tennessee would score a touchdown, and Tennessee almost actually scored 2 touchdowns. It was really close. So kind of showing that Alabama defense is not really what I won't say is all cracked up to be, but it did show that there are some opportunities and some weaknesses there. So, again, pretty close on that one. So, yeah. Penn State versus Michigan. Wasn't quite as close on this one, but I did say that if Saquon Barkley kind of had his way, the score would be a little bit higher. I predicted 31-17, ended up being 42-13, so that's pretty close. Obviously, Georgia had a bye week. TCU versus Kansas. I actually picked this as an upset, but what it really looks like is it looks like the Kansas offense, I overestimated how good they were by a landslide. I actually picked Kansas to win, but I put them at 47-45. TCU actually came in pretty much on the money, though. They came in at 43, but they were able to shut out Kansas. So, sorry, Kansas, you suck. Wisconsin versus Maryland. I said 35-10, ended up being 38-13. Pretty close again. So, looking at number 6, bye week, number 7, bye week, and then Miami versus Syracuse. I said 35-24. 35-24 Syracuse. Miami came in a few points higher than what I guessed, but Syracuse just couldn't get their offense going. And even with that having been said, Syracuse nearly still won that game. They had an opportunity to, and it kind of come down to the wire again with Miami. So, and Syracuse, again, unranked. They had an opportunity to win that game, but they couldn't pull it through. But Miami performed on offense pretty much exactly like I said. So, Miami, same old, Marguerite. Oklahoma versus K-State. I picked Oklahoma. I said 34-14. That came in at 42-35. It looks like K-State's offense kind of got rolling there at a point and made it a little more competitive than it should have been. Oklahoma State versus Texas. While the game was, I picked it to be a one-score game, 32-28. It came down to 13-10. That Texas defense really showed up, but OSU's defense is also a little more stout than I thought, and we're able to kind of shut Texas down on some stuff. But again, I said, if Oklahoma State didn't, play to the best of their ability, that Texas would take it away from them, and Texas almost did. It came down to the wire. I said that was going to be a really close game, and that's exactly what happened. To take a top 10 ranked team and supposedly you're unranked, and you can hold them to just 13 points, that's impressive. And just to let you know, there was no other team in the top 10 that was held under 27 points. So Texas's defense really showed that they've got some power and they've got some guys there. If they can get that offense rolling next year, look for them to be a contender out there, and they could run that division if they get it together. Looking at Notre Dame versus USC, I absolutely, I picked Notre Dame. I said Notre Dame. If UFC wasn't careful, that Notre Dame would run away with it, and that's exactly what happened. Notre Dame picked up and ran away with that game. I predicted 24-17, ended up being 49-14. Again, just more evidence that Notre Dame should have been or should be ranked much higher than they are. They score, and I said if Notre Dame scored more than 21 points, they were going to win that game. USC couldn't even score 17 points. The 17 I gave them, they couldn't even score that. They scored 2 touchdowns, and that was it. So they were pretty much just shut down entirely. So it's going to be a little bit of a shuffle coming up in the top 10 next week or this week or however you want to say it. But I'm looking forward to going into this week. This week is going to be a much more deciding factor than the previous Saturday. Georgia's playing, so we're looking forward to that. It's Florida Gators game, and I'm going to be doing a video on that later because the stuff I have to say about the Gators is, well, it's the Gators, so you're going to get plenty from me. leave your thoughts, comments down in the comment section. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I answer every comment, every email. So, let me know what you guys think about how my predictions went. Let me know what what your opinion was of how the games were played. Thanks, guys, and look forward to seeing you soon. Have a good day.